Hello, welcome everyone. Let's start with today's session. Without any further ado, let's start with this. Okay, so now, as you can see, we were here. So I added a little bit of lighting. If you have seen the video, not the live one, which I posted, I have added extra chapter. So basic lighting, I have added there. Okay, so you can check the video on the channel, so that is there. Okay, so now we need to texture this, so that's the main agenda of today. So for the texture, what we can do, we can use the resources. Again, we can use the resources from the internet, similarly like we use for the Sketchfab. So there is a really good websites. If you search Polyheaven, because the Polyheaven guys, they have really nice models, HDRIs, right? So they started with HDRIs, and then they added models, and then they add textures. So we're gonna use textures. Okay, so you come here and you search wood and concrete or whatever. Let me grab in our thing, and we have written in here. So what we need. So these are props, and we need textures like these. I will move them here, so we always see what we need. Okay. So yeah, so I will make it always on top. Here, as you can see, we decided we need this brick. So this was brick, two type of brick, because one is more damaged, one is not. So let's search what brick we have. So we will go with any for now. This is good, this is good, and the painted one we can make easily, so not an issue. Okay. And we'll just import it in here. So what I'm gonna do in our this thing, I'm gonna create a new folder, textures. Okay, and then we're gonna add the folders in there. We'll show once we have the textures. So in there, so we need to do the same thing. Okay, so I'm just downloading this. So we have our, so we have this, and I will bring this in. So we know we needed 2 brick walls, but for now we'll make it from our brick wall. Okay, so this is brick wall style, which was rustic stone wall. Okay, and wall blocks, I don't remember why we had it. Okay, so I will just keep the wall. So this dark wood, which is same, and floor marble we are skipping. Floor wooden, and there is concrete. This is floor, and yeah, so now we can use this wall block. So let's see. Concrete layer is, this is the one. So we're gonna give it roof name, and blocks, I believe the same, it was the concrete blocks basically. So let's just name it. Okay, so we have our textures. The only one we skipped was the marble, which is, if we want, we can do it later on. So I'm gonna just quickly bring them outside. And now uh, then for the naming convention, we take the same name. It's important to keep the naming convention same, so we do not mess up. So if we change something, we replace these textures. So I'm gonna you can give it T only, you can give it 2. I tend to give it 2 initial text, because SM for static mesh, for everything we use a blueprint, we use BP, right? So for texture we use TX for the thing, and then after A1 we give what texture it is. So if it's diffuse, if it is normal map, or if it's ORM, it's like occlusion. So I tend to give ORM, occlusion, roughness and metallic, because then it will come at the bottom, so become third texture. That's we can do. Okay, cool. So now we have all our textures here ready to go. Let's just double check quickly. Cool. So we have, so what we're gonna do is gonna simply select all the folders and we're gonna import it. And you see already it's converting normal map as normal map, which is good. And we just need to make sure our ORM texture is imported as masks. So in here it says compression settings is to default, right? We need to be on mask, right? All the, we had content browser. And because this affect the colors, and it's important to have them in the correct in there. And your normal map should be set to normal map, the diffuse should be set to it's default, right? It's a default in there, which is sRGB here. So make sure your texture, these ones, do not have sRGB on, otherwise it's not gonna look right. Quickly set them to, see right now it is sRGB. As soon as you set it to mask, it's going to remove sRGB. It's like bunch of other settings to do at the back end, which is useful, because it's going to compress it more, because the colors are more important. At distance is going to might compress the masks more than other. Okay. So yep, so just set these things. These you only have to set once, you don't have to set them again and again. Again, this take time to set it up, so but once you are set, you're all set. And last, no sRGB. And from here you can check what is in there. So it's AO, and this is roughness, and this metallic have nothing, So I'll click save all. I'm in there. Okay. So now let's see if we have our settings done in there. So what I'm gonna do, let's bring in my Blender. Okay, so environment tick here. Let me see if I have. We don't have, so okay, I will quickly install the add-on. Okay, so just give me a sec. So I will, because what we need is our this one's really nice tool called box mapping. Okay, so that gonna help us quickly, and we can do the box mapping in there. Okay, so we got the box mapping. So it is I will send the link in there later on. If you need, just comment or search on the art session, you will find it, box mapping. Okay, it's free, it's available there. So now what we need to do is, what you can do, simply come here and we need to see if it have material. If we don't have material, then we might have a sign. So let's check if we can simply take the name. So if something have multi-part material, then we're gonna assign it. Okay, so and we're gonna place material, okay, in front of it. Let's put material, and for the save for the door wall. And what we can do, we can have that particular one also. So let's just remove it, let's not have it. And what I'm gonna do, just come here and let's start making a material first. Okay, now here, and we're gonna create a new material folder. Let's click and we're gonna materials. Okay, and we can have it adjacent to our textures also. Sometimes we can have our texture and material instance in there. Okay, and we're gonna create a new material, and this is which is like master material of tileable, and call it A1. We're gonna create really simple tileable texture, master material. So here we need, okay, so you can press D and click, it gives you a texture sample. Okay, so we have 3 textures, so we're gonna create 3 of them. Okay. And you can right click and you can search also. So you can like UV coordinate, texture coordinate, texture. Maybe I will search coordinates and texture coordinates. So you can basically multiply these with them in the UVs. Okay, it should. Texture or UV. Okay, so basically or we can fix the UVs from Blender and then we don't change it here, but we can. Okay, for now let's this one we can right click and we convert to parameter, call it ALB, and we select this one, we convert to parameter and we call it normal map, and we select and convert to parameter, we call it ORM, similar to what we have. Okay, so I see this will directly go to base color, and this going arrow because we need to put in texture, so don't worry. This will directly go to normal. Okay. And ORM have 3 slots. Red was ambient occlusion, G was roughness, and blue was metallic. Okay. Now we need to assign some texture. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna simply, where is our content browser? We simply can take any. So we can pick a video. It's just need a placeholder. Okay, so let's see, it automatically changes in here. So what texture you put in here, it's gonna ask in the instance, it's gonna ask for the same. Okay, so that's it, and you're gonna save it. Okay, we got our texture. So material. So when you click on material, you create material instance. Okay, so now what it is, it depends on where it is. So I'm gonna select and I'm gonna move it here. So you can simply copy the name here, and you come here and you call it MI, material instance of the same name. Okay, so you double click on it. Now you see it have these parameters. You turn them on and you assign those particular textures. Okay, and that's it for creating the instance. So we're gonna do the same thing for all the things. So everything is there. You can save all. Now we just need to replace it in there. So we select this one. We can come here and we open it up, and this already have one. It will have some material, so we can just floor wooden, and we drag and drop on top of it. It's taking time to load it here, I believe. Okay, it's hang here. You see, we got the wooden texture here, and now the only thing is we need to change some of the things in there. For now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make all the walls concrete, because we have some walls with the brick and most of them have concrete. If I just bring in our this thing, you see from here and on the other side it's all concrete, only these walls are brick, so we can change these manually. Okay, I'm going to show how. So for now I'm going to make all the, so for the metal we did not pick for this one, so we need to, the roof, got all these, and then so for here, because there are two, but for now there is nothing in there, so we're gonna simply select and assign the same wall flat. Also we're gonna quickly bring them in with two materials. Roof also, or we can have other roof right here. Okay, you see we have some colors already in here. Okay, so these are the props, and then those slabs were here. There's a refrigerator, and now for this, because this is in the viewport, so what you can do, we'll select the wall brick material. Okay. So you can replace these in game. Otherwise, what you can convert, you can duplicate the piece and you can replace it if you don't want to do this, right? But if you only want to do it in the scene in the few pieces, so you can come here on the details panel and you can assign that material which we have selected. There is no, so we can have another detail. Okay. Right, and you can assign the brick. I know it look weird, right? For now, let's just go with it. Okay. It's better to not create extra pieces. It's just till here it is brick. Cool. So now we know all of our textures are 2 meter, and we know all of our, and what I'm going to do is, see, to have a lot of material, we need to clean this up for sure. Okay, so now our environment pieces are here, and you see this one is supposed to be concrete. So we have one come here, and we have floor concrete, and we assign it on these pieces manually. This is balcony, and we don't want, and we don't have any painted metal type of thing. That also we can find quickly and have it in our folder as said. This one also, it is flickering on the face. Okay, now here we have our texture, but these are not scale properties. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna first look for a texture, and we find P for albedo and normal. Good, and we have texture, and we come back, come to textures, select that texture, easy peasy. I'll save all. Now let's get back to Blender. So we'll just start with this one, because this door piece, because this look more in more skewed texture. So there are two ways. So you go to edit mode, you select everything, press unwrap, and you do cube projection. Okay, and in this cube projection, and you press 2 is the 2 units, basically 2 meter, right? Because why? Because we are using 1k per meter texture, and we have 2k textures. So 2k texture means they will cover 2 meter surface, like we downloaded from there. So you do that, and it's gonna get you right scale of the textile density. Okay, so this you do this, and then let me just quickly select all of them. We select all of our environment pieces, this one also, select everything. This one having thickness, so we are having thickness using this solidify, so which we apply. Because this will not come in unwrapping. So let's quickly select them again, unwrap, and cube projection, and give the scale to. Okay, and we select all the nodes. And why our Unreal exporter is not on? Just give me Unreal exporter is not on. Let me just install quickly again. Maybe we use different Unreal or different Blender version, so it's okay. So, and we select in there, and we just check our where it is. So if the path is right, it's in environment, good, and we export, and we come back to our Unreal in our environment, and we simply one more thing we forgot to do, we forgot to add multiple materials. So this is simply, you remember, if you can add same tileable name as tileable texture name, will be great. Otherwise you can have anything you want. So we have, I will say, wall blocks. I will take this one, and I will assign it to the most of the things. So I will create new one. Just I don't know why it's taking too much time. Maybe because of sharing. Should not. So, and we'll add mi in front of it, so this becomes similar to what we have in there. And for this, you can simply select the material on and assign it. This one was roof, and there is also like there are like in the studios they have tools which you link their engine tileable textures to their 3D software, which is easy. You don't have to worry, and sometimes you just give it the name, and when you export it automatically apply the material from the library to your asset. So yeah, so that's sometimes very handy. And floor concrete, good. And one last is metal painter. And let's select this one. This you do in the advanced also, you can do it at advanced, which will come really handy. And you add, because this one is not a separate object, this one, okay, so you can add in there. What I'm gonna do, I can try separating it out. Select all these in here. Separating it out, but it will stay under the same thing, so we don't have to worry. So rather than having it this, we have our metal painted on these, and this will have also metal painted. Let's give our door also painted metal. So if it's same mesh, you add another slot, you add the material, you assign it. And for here I think we should give it wooden, no? But yeah, we floor wooden would have been better. So let me just rename this. I think we have all of the things, have the materials, and on the floor there is a small thing on this side. We need to have concrete. Okay. So why? Because in our concept here it is concrete. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna insert it a little bit. And you can remove this one, you can keep the upper one. So this one will be wooden and this one will be concrete, and you can make this also concrete. Same thing, you add another one, and we don't have floor concrete. Create new, and you select floor concrete. Okay, these are just placeholder, these are not actual in there, because naming matters, that's the only thing matters. So now click and you click assign, and if you want to test you can change the color, and you come to material preview and you can see if it have it. And let's just check if our metal also assigned to right places, and you can give different color to different objects or different materials. Let's see if it is. Okay, so it's mostly applied. So now select everything, and I will just export. And you come back to our environment, select everything, re-import, and it's gonna give you this warning because we did not assign material first, and now we are doing, I will select reset to fix, and it automatically gonna assign whatever material you have here to this new material name. Okay, so you see we got most of the things in here. See, the bricks are properly scaled, and okay, you stop flickering first. Select this one, and I'm gonna so it don't flicker. It bugs me. Okay, so you see we have our most of the textures mapped properly. Only some of them are missing because they are supposed to have two, right? So we can press Ctrl E to edit, select so this one need metal because we decided, but we can change it later on also. For now I'm giving it something different. This one is okay, and this floor will have concrete. And that's it. I'm going to save all. Okay, so you have your tileable textures in here properly. So what we're gonna do for now, and our first part of the session we're gonna build another blending material where we can blend multiple details on top of each other that we can use on the floor and other part as well. And we're gonna fix our prop material, and we're gonna do it in the painter, substance painter. We're gonna create something similar. We're gonna quickly texture our props and gonna bring them here. Okay. We can use the textures they already came in, but we can do that if they look good, but we can alter the textures in our next part. Okay, so yeah, so we already have some bookmarks. See, we already having, but you can change the scale of unwrapping from there already, because right now we use 2K, and I will say stick with that. Okay, in there, whichever textile or unwrapping you have, just stick with it. Yeah, just continue, and we'll continue. So yeah, thank you very much for joining in, who joined in, and I will see you